3 months before my cat died, I had no idea she was saying goodbye. She started doing things I had never noticed before, sitting closer than usual, watching me from across the room with those slow, quiet eyes, following me from room to room without making a sound. I thought she was just getting older. I thought nothing of it. Then I lost her. And afterward, someone told me what those behaviors actually meant, what she had been trying to tell me in the only language she had. And I sat there and I cried, not just because she was gone, but because I had missed it, all of it, right in front of me, every single day. This video is about the 7 things your cat carries with them forever. The moments, the gestures, the small daily habits that get recorded permanently into your cat's memory and shape how they feel about you for the rest of their life. Most of them take less than 10 seconds. Most owners never do a single one of them correctly. And number 7, the last one, is the one I wish someone had told me before it was too late. Stay until the end. Because what I am about to share in the final point is something every cat owner needs to hear. Not when their cat is already sick. Not when it is already too late. Now, while there is still time. Point 1. The way you touch your cat's face. Most people pet their cat the same way their entire life. Hand goes to the top of the head, behind the ears, the same 3 spots every single time, and your cat tolerates it, sometimes leans in slightly, but you are missing a spot that carries emotional meaning 10 times more powerful than anywhere else on their body, the temporal gland. That soft warm spot located between the eye and the ear where the cheek meets the temple. When a mother cat cleans her kittens, she focuses exactly there. That specific movement releases a wave of oxytocin that literally changes how the kitten responds to stress for the rest of their life. And here is what the research shows. According to scientists at Oregon State University, cats who are regularly touched in that region show cortisol levels approximately 40% lower, not just in the moment, permanently, throughout their entire lives. Only about 1 in every 20 cat owners ever discovers this spot on their own. There are scent glands there that release pheromones when touched with gentleness. A slow, circular movement with just the fingertip. These pheromones create what researchers call a social odor memory, which becomes permanently embedded in your cat's emotional map. When you touch that spot, you are not just petting your cat. You are imprinting your presence into their nervous system in a way that does not fade. It strengthens over time through a process called memory consolidation, where the brain transforms meaningful experiences into permanent memories. Start tonight. That one spot, slow and gentle, and watch what changes. Point 2. The everyday words your cat is waiting to hear. Japanese researchers using functional brain scans made a discovery that most cat owners have never heard about. Cats who are spoken to frequently develop a thicker auditory cortex. The part of the brain responsible for processing human speech literally grows. New neural connections form that were not there before. But here is the part that is genuinely difficult to hear. Cats raised in silent homes show neurological patterns similar to cats experiencing hearing loss. Their brains literally shrink from lack of stimulation. Silence does not give your cat peace. It gives them neurological deprivation. Your cat needs you to talk to them. Not baby talk. A high-pitched tone actually mimics the sound of distressed kittens and increases anxiety. They need your normal speaking voice, the same tone you would use with a close friend. Tell them about your day. Explain what you are cooking. Comment on the weather while you both look out the window together. Cats can distinguish approximately 30 to 40 human words, but they understand hundreds of tone patterns. And here is something that surprises everyone: cats know when you are talking about them and when you are talking directly to them. They recognize emotional states just from the rhythm of your voice. In homes where there is very little human conversation, many cats develop what specialists call selective mutism. They simply stop meowing. They learn that communication does not create connection, and when a cat stops trying to communicate, something in that bond quietly breaks. Point 3. What happens between 5 and 7 in the morning? Every single morning, your cat performs something researchers call a social check. A deep biological need to confirm that the group is intact. In the wild, this meant checking that everyone survived the night, that nothing had changed, that the world was still safe. Researchers at the University of Georgia discovered something remarkable about this morning ritual. The way you respond in the first 10 seconds after your cat approaches you in the morning determines their emotional state for the entire rest of the day. Cats who receive morning acknowledgement, even something as small as a quiet good morning, a hand extended, or simply opening your eyes and looking at them directly, show dramatically different behavior during the following 16 hours. They eat approximately 30% more throughout the day. They play twice as much. They fall into deep sleep faster and stay there longer. Cats who are consistently ignored during this morning moment show increased hiding behavior, loss of appetite, and reduced activity. And here's the part that is genuinely heartbreaking. After approximately 12 days of being ignored during these morning encounters, they stop trying. The neural pathway that supports this bonding behavior begins to be pruned. The cat's brain literally stops expecting connection from you. The acknowledgement does not need to be elaborate. It does not require getting out of bed. Just open your eyes. Look at them. Say something quietly. That 10-second moment is worth more to your cat than almost anything else you do all day. Point 4. The signal almost every owner misses every single day. Every cat has a petting threshold, a point where pleasure becomes overwhelming stimulation, and most owners cross it regularly without ever realizing what they are doing. The Cornell Feline Health Center identified the specific signs: a trembling tail, skin that ripples along the back, ears that slowly lean backward, a subtle shift in body weight, pupils that dilate slightly. These are not mood swings. They are your cat's nervous system communicating, "I cannot process any more touch right now," without triggering a stress response. When you notice these signals and stop immediately, something powerful happens in your cat's brain. They release GABA, a neurotransmitter that strengthens trust pathways. Their brain learns that you are safe precisely because you know when to stop. This creates what researchers call predictive comfort. Their nervous system begins to prepare to feel safe whenever you approach, because experience has taught them you will not push past their limits. But when those signals are ignored repeatedly, the sympathetic nervous system activates. The same system triggered by predators, fight or flight, in a cat living in your home. Some cats endure this for years, accumulating a stress debt that eventually surfaces as aggression, withdrawal, or stress-related illness. Cats remember every boundary that was respected, and every boundary that was violated. These memories form the safety map they hold of you for the rest of their life. Point 5. The way you leave the house is changing your cat more than you know. Research from the University of Lincoln reveals that approximately 20 minutes before you leave, your cat enters a state called pre-departure anxiety. They have learned your routine, the keys, the shoes, the bag. Their heart rate increases by about 30%. Stress hormones flood the body. Pupils dilate to maximum. And here is where most owners make one of two mistakes that both cause lasting damage. They either completely ignore their cat in that moment, rushing out without acknowledgement, or they make long emotional goodbyes, crouching down, speaking in a high anxious tone, projecting the very stress they are trying to soothe. Both responses cause harm. The first teaches your cat that departure means abandonment without warning. The second amplifies their anxiety by confirming that leaving is indeed something to be distressed about. What cats need is a departure ritual, a calm, consistent, predictable pattern that signals not goodbye, but I will be back. A specific phrase said always in the same calm tone. A small treat left always in the same spot. A toy that appears only in that moment. Through repetition, this creates what researchers call anticipatory safety in the hippocampus. Cats with established departure rituals show 50% less destructive behavior when alone. They maintain normal eating patterns. Brain scans show the amygdala, the fear center, remains calm during the owner's absence. Without this ritual, your cat spends hours sitting near the door, muscles tense, unable to relax, waiting for a return they cannot predict. Point 6. The silent watch your sick cat desperately needs. When your cat is sick, they do not only need medical care, they need what researchers at the University of California, Davis call social proximity without interaction. being in the same room, calm, reading, working, simply present, not checking on them constantly, not forcing affection, just there. The silent presence of the person a cat is bonded to releases immunoglobulin A, an antibody that actively fights infection. Your quiet company strengthens their immune system through a process called psychoneuroimmunology. Cats receiving this type of presence show immune markers improving approximately 25% faster. Appetite returns days earlier. Leaving a sick cat alone does not help them rest. Isolation triggers abandonment stress, which suppresses the immune system and extends illness by up to 40. A cat does not become seriously ill many times in their life. These moments become core memories stored in the limbic system, where emotional experiences remain permanently. Just be there, quietly. That is enough. Point 7. The words your cat waits their entire life to hear. And this is the one I promised you at the beginning. The one I wish someone had told me before it was too late. Cats know when they are dying. Research at the Veterinary Hospital of Colorado State University confirms that cats show clear behavioral changes weeks before the end. Sitting differently, moving differently, watching you with a particular kind of stillness that is different from anything before it. But here is what those researchers also found. Cats have a biological instinct to hide weakness, because in the wild showing vulnerability meant danger, but indoors that same instinct becomes suffering. They want to rest, but they feel they cannot, because they sense your distress, and they believe that letting go might hurt you. Veterinarians specializing in end-of-life care have observed something profound. Cats whose owners verbally acknowledge what is happening show measurably reduced cortisol levels. Their purring increases. They seek closeness. They eat better. And they appear in a way that is difficult to describe, but unmistakable to anyone who has witnessed it at peace. They need to hear specific things from you. That everything is all right. That you know. That they do not have to pretend anymore. That they were good. That they are loved. And that when they are ready, they may go. This does not mean giving up on treatment. It means creating an emotional space where your cat does not have to carry the weight of your denial on top of everything else they are already carrying. Your cat will only die once. The way you guide that final chapter becomes their last memory, recorded until the last moment of their consciousness. I missed that moment with my cat. I did not know what she was trying to tell me. I did not know the right words. You know them now. Do not wait until you need them to remember them, to tell your cat today while they are healthy, while they are here, that they are good, that they are loved, that everything is all right. Because those words do not only matter at the end, they matter every single day you have together. Drop in the comments which of these 7 things are you going to start doing differently starting today. I read every single one. Like this video if it changed something in how you see your cat. Subscribe to never miss another video about the hidden world of cats and the bond between cats and the humans who love them.